Welcome to Quick History Facts, where we explore the fascinating people and events that have shaped our world. Today, we will talk about Sally Hemings, the teenage concubine to Thomas Jefferson. It is well known that Jefferson had 6 children by Hemings. There are no known portraits of Sally, so this is an imagining of how she may have looked. We also don't know the exact birth date of Sally, but it is widely accepted she was born in 1773. Her father was John Wales, a plantation and slave owner. Her mother was a biracial and enslaved woman, called Elizabeth Hemings. What's interesting is that John Wales is the father of Martha Wales, who was married to Thomas Jefferson. So Martha, his wife, and Sally, his concubine, were half-sisters. In 1774, Sally and Martha's father had died, and as a result, she and many other people were inherited by Martha Jefferson and moved to Monticello, their estate in Virginia. From a young age, Sally acted as a nursemaid to Thomas Jefferson's younger daughter, Maria. In 1787, when Sally was 14, she was chosen to accompany Maria, who was 9 years old, to Paris, where Thomas was acting as the United States minister to France. They first stopped in London, where they stayed with John Adams' wife, Abigail. She had written to Thomas Jefferson during this visit and said, the girl who accompanied his daughter was quite a child herself. This comment reinforces the fact that Sally herself was a child. The two young girls made their way to Paris, where Sally was reunited with her older brother, James Hemings. He was with Thomas Jefferson and learning to become a chef. While in Paris, Sally acted as a lady's maid to Jefferson's 2 daughters, and she was paid a monthly wage of about $2. Since it was illegal to own people in France, it meant that Jefferson had to pay and that Sally was free. During the time in Paris, the 44-year-old Thomas Jefferson started sleeping with teenage Sally. Historians have been back and forth about this, whether it was consensual or not. The fact is, she was a girl, far away from home, completely powerless and his property. It was a blatant abuse of his power over her. According to Sally's son, Madison, his mother was also pregnant in Paris. Although there is no evidence for this statement, it doesn't mean it wasn't true. She would have been about 15 or 16 at this time. When Thomas Jefferson returned to Monticello, he wanted Sally to return with him. This would mean a return to slavery for Sally, because she was legally free while in France. According to her son's memoir, Sally only returned to Virginia as long as Thomas Jefferson promised to free their children at the age of 21. Sally also managed to negotiate some extraordinary privileges in the Jeffersons' household. In 1789, at the age of 16, Sally decided to return to Monticello. According to her son, she was pregnant at this time with Jefferson's child. This child died a short time after their arrival back to the United States. At Monticello, she acted as the lady's maid to Jefferson's daughters, but she also gave birth to 6 more children, fathered by Jefferson. He recorded all the births of enslaved people in his farm book, and unlike his practice in recording the births of other enslaved people, where he wrote down the mother and father, he left the father blank for those of Sally's 6 children. Only 4 of the 6 children reached adulthood. The children's names were Beverly, Harriet, Madison, and Eston. At the age of 24, Beverly, the eldest son, ran away. He wasn't pursued, but it seems that Jefferson didn't keep his promise to free him at the age of 21. Harriet followed at the age of 21, and she was also not pursued. In 1826, when Thomas Jefferson died, in his will, he freed Sally's 2 remaining children. Sally was never legally emancipated. Instead, she was unofficially freed, or given her time, by Thomas Jefferson's daughter, Martha, after his death. Sally went to live with her 2 younger sons at a home in Charlottesville. She lived with them until she died in 1835. Unfortunately, the location of her grave is unknown. Sally Hemings' relationship with Jefferson was undoubtedly complex, as she was both a victim of the institution of slavery and a woman who navigated her circumstances to the best of her abilities. The story of Sally serves as a reminder of the painful history of slavery in America. If you like this type of content, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our coming videos. Thank you for watching.